One thing that's fun about working on a show for 5 years is that characters get to change dramatically. Like last year with Eric losing his memory and getting to see a whole other side of him, and this year with Tara. It was a fun thing to try to show how the world looks from a freshly new vampire perspective, and that's something that we hadn't actually done in 5 years on the show. I think it's exciting. I think it opens a lot of doors for the character. I think Retina's doing a really great job.
She very much came in fully knowing what she was doing and choices she had made, and you know, we dealt more with the physicality of what it meant for her.
Performance-wise, the voice has changed, the walk has changed. There's some subtleties I think that she's playing that are really cool.
Tara, you don't want to talk to me. You need to talk to someone.
No!
It is you I came to see. And a good customer knows everything has its price.
The love story between Pam and Eric is central, I think, to the episode. It's fantastic to see Pam a little softer before she kind of became the Pam that we all kind of know and love in her kind of extreme behavior that she has now. It was great doing those scenes. They were very nuanced for the show, I think, particularly the scene when she's in bed with Eric and she asks him to turn her.
Most humans beg me to spare their lives, and you want me to take yours.
I want you to give me one worth living.
And you realize the depth that the life she has as a human is not necessarily worth living to her, and that she longs for something better and knows that he has the ability to give it to her.
Walk with me.
I find Biblical Salome to be one of the most interesting historical characters.
They made me a convenient villain, a symbol for dangerous female sexuality. But I was just a girl.
I really believe what she says in the scene, that history has made her out to be a bad girl, and I really don't believe that that's fair. She was a teenage girl who was exposed to some really crazy politics.
Your heart, you still let it rule you. A rare quality amongst our kind.
I think it's an important scene going forward because I think it explains a lot of how Salome feels about human beings, and it informs a lot of her decisions in terms of the politics that we're going to see her involved in.
You steal it?
Jason Stackhouse.
It's an amazing piece of backstory for his character. I mean, what's been kind of enjoyable through all these seasons is the kind of not so bright, sex-crazed guy that he is, and that he is somebody who uses sex for almost just about everything. And in this episode, it kind of takes a darker turn.
You taught me how to do the only thing I have been great at.
Jason, no.
I think Jason is more than a joke. I think what happened to Jason as a young man, part of him was really deeply disturbed and damaged by this, and I think we've been watching that again for 5 years.
I appreciate the more dimensionality that each of these characters reveals to us. We've always been able to kind of root for them or not root for them, but to understand them is kind of a very, very important part of, I think, this particular episode.
I realized I got this big hole inside of me that I've been filling with sex, and because that's what I got taught to do. But it ain't working no more.